Hey, good morning. I just wanted to send a quick note and just tell you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I apologize for my attire, a little unprofessional, but wanted to send you guys a note and thank you guys again for the many blessings that my family has to be able to serve and work for you guys. But I also wanted to give you a little bit of a little bit of a challenge as we plan for the new year here coming up in a couple weeks, and kind of what the new year looks like for you. This morning on Fridays, I do do really 3 or 4 or 5 seems like 30 calls with different groups, and we discuss. We study different books, and one of my favorite books that I've ever read is the 15 Laws of Valuable Growth. If you haven't read it, holler at me. I'll send you a copy. I'll buy it for you. It is a phenomenal book. Probably changed my life more than any other book I've ever read, and it's an ongoing lesson. And this morning with one of the groups, we were talking about the law of the rubber band, which is chapter 10 in the book, and the whole concept behind the chapter is that when you think about a rubber band, the only time that it's really useful is when it's being stretched, right? So it's being stretched and it's got tension, and it's being stretched around, a newspaper or a wad of money for some of you, or whatever it might be. But the only time a rubber band is really useful is when it's being stretched, and it's this idea that we have to get comfortable being out of our comfort zone. We have to be willing to stretch ourselves, to grow ourselves, to grow our organizations. And I read this morning, and I've read this book probably 1,000 times, and I've done, probably 30, 40, 50 of these studies with different groups, and for whatever reason, this one hit different this morning, and I thought I'd share it with you. But he quotes a story written by Edmund Goddard. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right, but he says, and it's really about this idea of being average, and this idea that, what it means to be average. And he says in the book, and I'm going to read it here. I took a picture of it so I could read it to you. But it says, average is what failures claim to be when their family and friends ask them why they are not more successful. Average is the top of the bottom, the best of the worst, the bottom of the top, the worst of the best. Which of these are you? Average means being run-of-the-mill, mediocre, insignificant, and also ran a non-entity. Being average is a lazy person's cop-out. It's lacking the guts to take a stand in life. It's living by default. Being average is to take up space for no purpose, to take the trip through life, but never to pay the fare, to return no interest for God's investment in you. Being average is to pass one's life away with time rather than to pass one's time away with life. It's to kill time rather than to work it to death. The average is to be forgotten once you pass from this life. The successful are remembered for their contributions. The failures are remembered because they tried. But the average, the silent majority, is just forgotten. To be average is to commit the greatest crime one can against oneself, humanity, and one's God. The saddest epitaph is this: here lies Mr. and Miss Average. Here lies the remains of what might have been, except for their belief that they were only average. I don't know about you, but I just, going into the new year, I really don't want to settle for average. I want to be better. I want to be stretched. I want to grow. I want to make this organization better to serve you and to serve your owners more bountiful, more plentiful, and accomplish more things for you guys. Make your communities better. Make your co-ops better. So what is it about you? I guess just the challenge I have for you going into this new year, things to think about. What is it in your life that maybe you've just settled for average? What are some things that you need to focus on? What are some things that you've kind of settled for, and that you could be better if you just put in a little more effort? What are those things? And if you need help with those things, hey, I know people. I'm willing to help you, but I also know people that can help you too. This organization's here to serve you. We want to serve you. And I don't know. I just want to leave you with that thought. Hopefully it hits you guys the way it hit me. If it doesn't, that's great. It maybe just hit me the way it hit me. But more importantly, I just wanted to say thank you from my family, from Jacole and the boys and myself. I just want to say, hey, Merry Christmas. Have a happy New Year, and I'm blessed for the opportunity to serve you guys. Thank you for all that you do. Thanks for feeding my family and doing what you do and serving the world and in that little endeavor to feed the world. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys very much. Again, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays.